picking up the enclosure from my fabricating shop. They've got this all bent up and it's done with 20 gauge steel, so that should be nice. And I had them do a 1-inch flange and everything so it overlaps for sealant, and also so I can put some rivets in there. Yeah, anyway, I haven't measured everything, but these guys always do a stand-up job, so I'm sure it's gonna be wonderful. Well, got that sheet metal here. I've never worked with sheet metal in this capacity, so kind of just trying to figure out what the best way to deal with it is. The deal is, I'm trying to get this flange tucked up under here. So this flange has got to go under there, and then I need this flange behind this piece here. So the only way that works is if you tuck it like this and then bend it down. So what I've got to do is a little bit of filing on the top of this to make sure that it's got proper clearance once it tucks under here, so I can get it to fit completely. I don't know how to say that smart, so I'll just sound dumb when I do it. And you'll see when it all goes together. And because I've already tucked the other side, I'm just going to use my tin snips here to get most of that meat brought down. And then I'll use my file to finish it up, clean it up a little bit. So tin snips are very handy. I would not go cheap on them. Buy a pair of Midwest tin snips, they'll treat you well. When filing sheet metal, you'll notice there's a hell of a lot of vibration if it's not braced properly, so if you can brace it, do so. You notice when I'm filing, I'm just filing forward, which is the cut stroke of the file. Alright, that should be plenty. Now that thing should fit right in there. That's what she said. Okay. Kind of see how that flange is nice and tucked in there, all strong and stuff. That's pretty cool. And you see on the inside now, if you were to design and have those flanges on the inside, it just look dumb. So keeping those to the outside and should make cleanup and everything really easy here. Okay, now do the front. God knows how this is going to happen. I think the further you get along, it's kind of like folding a cardboard box. The beginning of the process is easy, and then you get to the end and you're like, how the hell do I get this together? Okay. I'm going to raise my left heel, try to support that end, and try to tuck this okay. I've already filed that. Alright, I don't really believe that just happened that easy. But, I guess this is kind of how it's supposed to go. I'm just not used to things actually working out that easy. A little bit of planning seems to help things. Big shout out to the fabrication team. I had to do the bending on this. I mean, without them, I wouldn't be able to pull this off so nicely. So we've got the brunt of that done, really. I mean, just making everything fit is huge. I prefer to use a file when I can to get a file fit. Geez, this is going to be pretty sweet. So now what I can do is I can go ahead and start clamping stuff in place. A big ass enclosure. I can start clamping things in place and
Pretty cool, huh?
now it's time to do some rivets up in here. What I've got are some stainless steel rivets with a large flange on there. The flange is this part here, and it gives it a little more support from rocking. Hopefully you can see this okay. These take an 1/8 inch hole, and then you can just use a standard pop rivet gun to put them on there. Now, I want to, probably can't see this. You know what? I'm going to bring this camera in a lot closer for you. I want you to, in case you guys aren't familiar with riveting, I want you to see what's really going on here. Going like this. My fitment is not perfect right now. I need to file this. There's a little bit here. I'll take and put some red on it for contrast so you guys can see. But I'm going to file this off right now. And once that's off, you'll see that I'll be able to slip this thing in there more. It'll be a tighter fit. I mean, it's a small detail, but I didn't do all this so I could do a shitty job. take it easy. Dealing with finished product here, so you don't want to mess around and scrape it too bad. There we go. Now we can get that thing to line up flush. So this line is perfect. I'm gonna shut the door again. Okay. So I'm just gonna hold this little bastard in place while I drill. If there was a decent clamp to do this, that'd be awesome. I don't have it, whatever it is. And there's a hand on the other side of that drill bit. I knew it was there, but I didn't get myself too bad. I was thinking about it the whole time I was drilling. I was like, yeah, I'll be able to feel it when it's about to go through. And I was wrong. Okay, so got this rivet. I'm not going to finish it. I'm just going to get that started. Then I'm going to get this one on the bottom here, this little guy lined up. Then you know what? Maybe I will. Now that I'm holding it straight, I'll pop that rivet. Okay, well, that rivet's in there. You mess around and get two of them in there. This whole thing, the way this is designed, I mean, it's not extremely strong the way it sits now. Once you rivet all these guys together, this thing's gonna be solid. Adding this hem, I don't know if you can see that, but let me double check this camera. So, move that camera angle a little. So this hem that you see here, there's a 1/2 inch hem that goes around the perimeter. This adds a ton of structural integrity to this sheet metal. A ton. So anyway, you should have that done if you do this. It's kind of hard to
hold that right where I want it. Takes a lot of dexterity and finger strength. Ironically, I'm like 30 years old and I already have arthritis in my hands. I've been abusing the hell out of them my whole life. The further I get along in this, the easier it's going to get. This thing's just going to hold itself together. Bam. Okay. I want to show you this seam. So, see that? Nice even reveal. By reveal, I'm talking about the parallel lines from this edge to the other one here. That's nice and even. That's quality. And notice the rivets aren't just random. Although I didn't lay them out and measure and all that stuff, I happen to, do construction for a living, so my eyeball is fairly good at just making stuff look uniform. So I don't think it's necessary to do a complete layout on all this as long as you've got a decent eyeball or two. Wear your safety glasses so you can keep both. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is probably stop filming now to speed this up, and then show you guys once I get it a little more riveted. I think there's a punch for this, but I don't have one. a few rivets in this little drill now. Ended up not needing any clamps. I'm not complaining about that. These are my rags. I use my old shirts. So I got shit tons as shop rags. Works nice. I couldn't make myself give them away because they have a lot of sentimental value. So I used them one last time for some awesome shop action. Run an extension cord. And get the shop back hooked up. Set up some of these metal shavings real quick. Over the sealing ability. So let's take a peek at this bastard and see how it looks. Okay.
Yeah, so there's the other one right there. Yep, all in pieces. Just got to repeat the process one more time. Okay, starting to get dark out because I had to actually go and be a dad for a little bit. But now I've got to figure out about the inside framework. My overall height can't exceed 81 inches because of my shop door is basically at 81 inches. So what I'm going to do is make this thing 43 3/4 inches tall, 32 5/8 of an inch deep, and 50 1/2 inches wide. Basically, I took my inside diameter and deducted a 1/2 inch for both the width and the depth, and then for the height did my deductions for that. The reason I'm reducing the inside diameter by that 1/2 inch is so I can have a 1/4 inch of play on the sides. That will allow easy insertion of the Lexan or polycarbonate panels to go in here. So that's the purpose behind that. You'll understand why later. Sorry, the lighting sucks.
So, we're measuring from that corner. You want to look at this corner? You see that 67 inches? Now if we check this one, we're going to the same measurement, we know that this frame is square. If it's different, then it's twisted. Or kind of like pushed out square. So come over here and take a look at this together. 66 1/2. So this thing is not square. Okay, so we gotta figure that out. Oh, 67, huh? Dang. Okay, so this thing's gotta be smushed. That's closer than that thing. Ready? Yeah, watch this. Take that and slide it towards me, okay? Okay, here's the progress. Got 2 of the main frames done. Main frame. So yeah, those are the ones that are going to go right here. One's going to go on the front, one's going to go on the back, and I'm holding a baby in my arm, otherwise I'd kind of hold it up there and show you what I'm talking about. Ironically, I was able to cut every piece except for one. So those are the last. So
Of all the freaking pieces, I was short one, so I've got to buy one more 20-foot length of steel to make this happen. So my cut list for the steel looked like this. I needed 4 at 48.5, 4 at 43 3/4, and 4 at 30 5/8 for the steel frame on the inside. So anyway, this is progress. This is going to be enclosure part 2. I'm hoping to wrap this up in probably 2 more parts, and it should be pretty neat when it's all said and done. For the welding, I'm using a Lincoln 140, and love that little welder. Works great for all this little case I haven't shown you. I wanted to update you on the those rivets, man. This cover, I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I guess it's kind of a big deal for me because I don't know what I'm doing. So, anyway, I hope whoever buys this machine for me appreciates the effort. And I mean, I probably spent, gosh, 8 hours just designing this damn thing, and I'm not done yet. I still got to design the doors and all that stuff, but there was meticulous planning that went into this project, and when it's all complete, I think it's going to be very evident. Everything about it is just, you know, wasn't trying to skip any corners. Those are stainless steel rivets, not like zinc or anything like that.